The quantum communication array at the Interstellar Communication Research Institute hummed with an unusual energy on that crisp autumn morning. Dr. Aria Chen stood motionless, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic displays that seemed to pulse with an almost living intelligence. Around her, a team of the world's most brilliant researchers held their collective breath. It had begun unexpectedly during the Global Scientific Symposium in New Delhi. What started as a routine international conference transformed in an instant when the first transmission arrived, not through traditional radio waves or electromagnetic signals, but via a quantum entanglement mechanism that defied current scientific understanding. The initial burst of data appeared incomprehensible. Geometric patterns shifted and recalibrated, creating intricate three-dimensional structures that seemed to breathe and evolve in real time. Holographic projections in research centers, universities, and major city squares worldwide synchronized simultaneously, displaying identical complex patterns that challenged every known principle of communication. "It's a test," Dr. Chen whispered, her fingers dancing across the quantum interface. Years of research into advanced communication theories had prepared her for something extraordinary, but nothing could have truly anticipated this moment. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez, her chief computational linguist, leaned closer to the primary display. "These aren't random patterns," he observed, his voice tinged with a mixture of excitement and scientific caution. "Look at the recursive symmetry. There's an intelligence behind this that's fundamentally different from anything we've encountered." The global reaction was instantaneous and unprecedented. Within moments of the transmission's appearance, every major scientific institution, from the Tokyo Quantum Research Center to the Cape Town Astronomical Observatory, began analyzing the mysterious signal. Social media exploded with speculation, while traditional news networks struggled to provide coherent explanations. What made the transmission truly remarkable was its adaptive nature. As researchers attempted to decode the initial patterns, the geometric structures would subtly shift, providing additional layers of complexity. It was as if the communication itself was learning, responding to human attempts at understanding. Dr. Chen recognized something profound in these initial moments. This was not a simple message, but a sophisticated cognitive probe, a sophisticated method of measuring humanity's intellectual and adaptive capabilities. The transmission tested not just mathematical or computational skills, but something far more nuanced: the human capacity for creative problem-solving and collaborative thinking. In research facilities across the planet, teams began working in unprecedented harmony. National boundaries seemed to dissolve as scientists from competing countries shared real-time data, collaborated on initial interpretations, and pooled their collective intellectual resources. The quantum transmission had done something extraordinary. It had created a moment of global unity. Young researchers worked alongside seasoned experts. Mathematicians collaborated with artists, philosophers engaged with engineers, and computational linguists found themselves in deep discussions with neurologists. The traditional boundaries of academic disciplines began to blur, revealing a more holistic approach to understanding the mysterious communication. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a neuroscientist specializing in cognitive adaptation, noted something peculiar about humanity's collective response. "It's not just about solving the puzzle," she explained during an emergency global broadcast. "It's about how we approach the unknown. Our strength lies in our ability to reimagine our understanding of intelligence itself." The quantum communication continued to pulse, its geometric patterns growing more complex with each passing hour. It became clear that this was more than a simple message. It was an invitation, a challenge, and potentially a test of humanity's cosmic potential. As night fell across different parts of the world, the holographic displays continued their mesmerizing dance. Researchers worked in shifts, their excitement palpable. Something fundamental was about to change, and everyone could feel it. Dr. Chen looked at the evolving patterns, a slight smile crossing her face. Humanity stood at the threshold of something remarkable, a moment that would define their place in the universe. The silent awakening had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. The quantum transmission continued, waiting, watching, evaluating. The first genuine challenge arrived precisely 72 hours after the initial transmission. It materialized simultaneously on quantum interfaces worldwide, a complex, multi-dimensional puzzle that defied traditional problem-solving approaches. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez stood at the center of the Interstellar Communication Research Institute's primary analysis chamber, his fingers hovering over a holographic interface that pulsed with intricate geometric challenges. Around him, a carefully assembled team represented the most diverse intellectual collective ever gathered. Kamil Öztürk, a Turkish game theory expert. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a Japanese neural network specialist. Dr. Sofia Martinez, an Argentine quantum philosopher, and Elena Adebayo, a Nigerian visual pattern recognition genius. "This isn't a typical mathematical problem," Dr. Rodriguez muttered, studying the shifting holographic construct. The challenge presented itself as a living, breathing geometric entity that seemed to respond to each analytical approach. Traditional computational methods simply failed, sliding off the problem like water on polished glass. Dr. Yuki Tanaka noticed something extraordinary. The puzzle changes every time we approach it from a specific analytical angle, she observed, her fingers tracing holographic lines that twisted and recalibrated in real time. "It's almost as if the challenge is studying us while we attempt to study it." The Global Research Network quickly established a collaborative platform that transcended traditional academic and national boundaries. Universities, research centers, and independent think tanks began sharing insights in real time, creating a massive distributed intelligence network. Teenagers in Mumbai worked alongside quantum physicists in Boston, while artists in Rio de Janeiro provided unexpected insights that stumped traditional mathematical approaches. Elena Adebayo discovered the first breakthrough. Her background in visual pattern recognition allowed her to see the puzzle not as a mathematical challenge, but as a complex narrative structure. "It's not about solving," she explained during a global live stream. "It's about understanding the underlying communication method." The challenge revealed itself in layers. What initially appeared to be a simple geometric puzzle morphed into a complex cognitive test that evaluated multiple dimensions of intelligence simultaneously. It measured not just computational ability, but creative thinking, emotional intelligence, collaborative potential, and adaptive reasoning. Schools worldwide began incorporating elements of the quantum challenge into their curricula. Educational systems that had long emphasized standardized testing suddenly found themselves reimagining learning as a dynamic, collaborative process. Students became active participants in a global intellectual adventure, their diverse perspectives becoming critical to solving the unfolding mystery. Dr. Sofia Martinez identified the philosophical implications of the challenge. "This is more than a test," she argued during an emergency conference. "It's a form of communication that requires us to fundamentally reimagine our understanding of intelligence." The challenge itself is a language, one that speaks through complexity, adaptation, and collaborative potential. The most surprising contributions came from unexpected sources. A street artist in Cape Town decoded a critical pattern by approaching the challenge through visual symmetry. A group of deaf mathematicians provided breakthrough insights by interpreting the geometric patterns through tactile and visual languages that traditional researchers had overlooked. As days passed, the global response became increasingly sophisticated. Research teams developed new computational approaches that blended artificial intelligence with human creativity. Quantum computers worked alongside human intuition, creating a hybrid intelligence that could approach the challenge from multiple perspectives simultaneously. Dr. Rodriguez recognized the true nature of the test. This was not about finding a single correct solution, but about demonstrating humanity's capacity for collective problem-solving. Each approach, each perspective added a new layer of understanding to the complex communication. The quantum challenge became a global unifying event. Political tensions seemed to dissolve as nations collaborated, sharing insights and working towards a collective goal. For the first time in human history, Intellectual potential trumped geopolitical boundaries. As the research continued, Dr. Arya Chen watched the evolving data with a sense of profound wonder. The mysterious transmitters were observing humanity's response, measuring something far more complex than mere computational ability. They were evaluating humanity's potential for growth, adaptation, and collective intelligence. The challenge continued to pulse, waiting, watching, evaluating the extraordinary potential of the species on the brink of a cosmic awakening. The breakthrough arrived from the most unexpected source. Rafael Santos, a 23-year-old street artist from a small neighborhood in Rio de Janeiro, had been watching the global quantum challenge with casual curiosity. His days typically consisted of creating intricate street murals that blended mathematical precision with raw emotional expression. Dr. Elena Rodriguez first noticed the connection during a late-night review of global response patterns. Rafael's social media posts, filled with complex geometric interpretations of the quantum challenge, showed a level of intuitive understanding that completely eluded traditional computational approaches. The research team invited Rafael to the Interstellar Communication Research Institute, initially skeptical of how a street artist could contribute to such a complex scientific endeavor. What they discovered would fundamentally change their understanding of human intelligence. Rafael's approach was nothing short of revolutionary. Where mathematicians saw equations, he saw living narratives. His artistic interpretation of the quantum challenge transformed the geometric patterns into a dynamic storytelling mechanism. Each line, each curve became part of a larger, more complex communication system that transcended linear thinking. Dr. Yuki Tanaka developed a new computational framework based on Rafael's insights. "It's not about solving the puzzle," she explained during a global broadcast. "It's about understanding the language of adaptation itself." The new approach combined artistic interpretation with quantum computational theory, creating a hybrid analytical method that could navigate the complex communication challenges. The global scientific community watched in awe as traditional boundaries between art, mathematics, and communication began to dissolve. Universities worldwide started developing interdisciplinary programs that encouraged students to approach problems through multiple perspectives simultaneously. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez identified a crucial pattern in human cognitive response. The most innovative solutions came from individuals and teams that could seamlessly blend different intellectual disciplines. A mathematician working with a jazz musician, an engineer collaborating with a poet, a quantum physicist finding inspiration in traditional indigenous knowledge systems. The quantum challenge revealed something profound about human potential. Intelligence was not a fixed construct, but a dynamic, adaptive network of understanding. Each unique perspective added depth to the collective problem-solving approach. Unexpected research teams emerge. In Mumbai, a group of classical musicians discovered that the quantum patterns resonated with complex musical harmonies. They developed a communication interpretation method that translated the geometric challenges into auditory experiences. In Melbourne, a team of neurodivergent researchers provided breakthrough insights that traditional analytical approaches had completely missed. Dr. Arya Chen recognized the true significance of these developments. The mysterious quantum transmitters were not just testing computational ability, but evaluating humanity's capacity for collective creativity and adaptive thinking. The global response continued to evolve. Educational systems began to transform, emphasizing collaborative problem-solving over individual achievement. Schools introduced programs that encouraged students to approach challenges from multiple perspectives, celebrating diverse intellectual approaches. Rafael Santos became an unexpected global icon. His street art exhibitions now included complex interpretations of the quantum challenges, drawing crowds from around the world. Museums created special installations that explored the intersection of art, mathematics, and communication. Dr. Elena Rodriguez discovered something extraordinary about human neural networks. The brain's capacity for creativity was not a limitation, but a profound adaptive mechanism. Where traditional computational systems sought fixed solutions, human intelligence could reimagine problems entirely, creating entirely new approaches to understanding. The quantum challenge continued to pulse, becoming more complex with each global response. It was no longer just a test, but a form of ongoing communication. Humanity was learning a new language, one that spoke through adaptation, creativity, and collective intelligence. As research continued, the boundaries between disciplines began to blur. Philosophers worked alongside quantum physicists. Artists collaborated with mathematicians. The traditional hierarchies of knowledge production began to dissolve, replaced by a more fluid, interconnected approach to understanding. Dr. Chen looked at the evolving data with a sense of profound wonder. Humanity was demonstrating something remarkable: an ability to transform challenges into opportunities for collective growth. The quantum transmitters were watching, evaluating, and perhaps waiting to see how far this remarkable species could evolve. The challenge continued to pulse, waiting, watching, revealing the extraordinary potential of a civilization on the brink of a cosmic awakening. The technological renaissance began in a small research facility on the outskirts of Bangalore. Dr. Priya Krishnamurthy and her team had been working on a revolutionary approach to computational design that blended biological neural networks with quantum computing principles. Their breakthrough came unexpectedly. What started as an experimental project to create more adaptive artificial intelligence systems transformed into something far more profound. The new computational framework could learn, evolve, and reimagine its own operational protocols in real time, breaking every known rule of traditional computer programming. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez arrived at the facility, his eyes wide with excitement. The computational system they had developed was unlike anything in human technological history. It didn't just process information. It interpreted, adapted, and grew with each interaction. "This isn't artificial intelligence," Dr. Krishnamurthy explained during an emergency global conference. "This is a new form of collaborative intelligence that bridges biological and technological understanding." The system could translate complex ideas across seemingly incompatible frameworks. Where traditional computers saw rigid binary choices, this new technology perceived multidimensional possibilities. It learned not through programmed algorithms, but through a process more akin to human intuition and creativity. International research teams began collaborating at an unprecedented scale. The technological leap was not about creating more powerful machines, but about developing systems that could think, adapt, and grow in ways that mimicked the most innovative aspects of human cognition. Dr. Elena Rodriguez identified the profound implications. The new computational approach could revolutionize everything from medical research to environmental restoration. Complex global challenges that had seemed insurmountable now appeared solvable through this adaptive technological framework. In Tokyo, a team of engineers developed the first practical application. They created adaptive infrastructure systems that could respond to environmental changes in real time, bridges that could adjust their structural integrity during natural disasters, energy grids that could redistribute power with unprecedented efficiency. The quantum communication challenge continued to serve as a catalyst for innovation. Universities worldwide began developing interdisciplinary programs that combined technology, art, philosophy, and cognitive science. Students were no longer just learning to use technology, but to understand its potential for collective growth. Dr. Arya Chen watched the developments with a sense of profound wonder. The mysterious quantum transmitters seemed to be guiding humanity towards a more holistic understanding of intelligence and technological potential. Unexpected collaborations emerged. A group of indigenous knowledge keepers from the Amazon worked alongside quantum physicists, providing insights into adaptive systems that drew from centuries of ecological understanding. Neurodivergent researchers developed communication protocols that challenged traditional approaches to technological design. The technological leap went beyond computational power. It represented a fundamental reimagining of how humans interact with technology. No longer were machines tools to be controlled, but collaborative partners in solving complex global challenges. In Cape Town, a team led by Dr. Kwame Mosi developed adaptive medical diagnostic systems that could learn from global health data. The technology could predict and prevent health challenges by understanding complex human biological systems in ways previous medical technologies could never achieve. Rafael Santos, the street artist who had previously provided breakthrough insights, began collaborating with technological design teams. His artistic perspective proved crucial in developing more intuitive user interfaces that could adapt to individual human cognitive patterns. The global response was transformative. Technology was no longer seen as a separate domain, but as an extension of human creativity and collaborative potential. Educational systems began teaching technology as a creative, adaptive process rather than a fixed set of skills. Dr. Rodriguez reflected on the profound shift happening globally. Humanity was developing a new language of technological interaction, one that celebrated diversity, creativity, and collective intelligence. As research continued, the boundaries between human and technological intelligence began to blur. The quantum communication challenge had become more than a test. It was a collaborative dialogue that was reshaping human potential. The computational systems continued to pulse with an almost living intelligence, learning, adapting, evolving. Dr. Chen looked at the data streams with a smile. Humanity stood at the threshold of a remarkable technological awakening. The quantum transmitters watched, evaluated, and perhaps waited to see how far this remarkable species could transform. The nature of the alien communication became clearer on a crisp morning that seemed to hold its breath with anticipation. Dr. Aria Chen stood before a global assembly of researchers, her presentation about to reveal insights that would change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. The quantum transmission was not a simple test of technological prowess or military might. It was a sophisticated method of evaluating a civilization's capacity for growth, empathy, and collective understanding. Each challenge, each intricate geometric pattern, had been carefully designed to measure something far more profound than computational ability. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez had spent countless hours analyzing the deeper layers of the communication. It's a cultural probe, he explained during the global broadcast. They're not looking for the most advanced technology. They're searching for something much more complex, a civilization's potential for meaningful cosmic dialogue. The research team discovered that the quantum transmitters represented a galactic network of civilizations dedicated to identifying and nurturing emerging intelligent species. It was a collaborative system that sought out potential partners rather than conquering or subjugating less advanced civilizations. Dr. Elena Rodriguez uncovered the most fascinating insight. The communication method itself was a test of emotional intelligence and adaptive potential. Traditional measures of intelligence, IQ, computational speed, technological advancement, were secondary to a civilization's capacity for empathy, creativity, and collaborative problem-solving. Global reactions varied. Some saw it as a moment of profound hope, while others felt a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The idea that humanity was being evaluated by an advanced galactic network challenged every previous conception of cosmic interactions. Universities worldwide began developing new research programs focused on understanding interspecies communication. Linguists worked alongside quantum physicists. Philosophers collaborated with neuroscientists, creating interdisciplinary approaches to understanding the deeper layers of the quantum transmission. The most unexpected insights came from unlikely sources. Indigenous knowledge keepers from various global cultures provided profound perspectives on communication that went beyond technological approaches. Their understanding of ecological interconnectedness and holistic thinking proved crucial in deciphering the subtle nuances of the alien communication. Dr. Yuki Tanaka discovered something extraordinary about the transmission structure. It was designed to evolve based on the responses it received. Each human interaction modified the communication parameters, creating a dynamic dialogue rather than a static test. Rafael Santos, the street artist who had previously provided breakthrough insights, developed a series of artistic interpretations that captured the essence of the quantum communication. His work became a global phenomenon, helping people understand the communication's deeper meaning through visual and emotional language. The quantum network seemed particularly interested in humanity's capacity for collective problem-solving. Global challenges that had once seemed insurmountable, climate restoration, sustainable energy development, medical breakthroughs, now became focal points of a potential cosmic collaboration. Dr. Chen recognized the profound implications. This was not just a communication from an alien civilization. It was an invitation to join a larger cosmic community of intelligent species dedicated to mutual understanding and collective growth. Educational systems began to transform. Schools introduced programs that emphasized collaborative thinking, emotional intelligence, and adaptive problem-solving. The narrow focus on individual achievement gave way to a more holistic approach to human potential. The global scientific community realized that technological advancement was just one small aspect of intelligence. Creativity, empathy, the ability to reimagine complex challenges, and the capacity for collective growth were the true measures of a civilization's potential. Unexpected connections emerge. Neurodivergent researchers provided unique insights into the communication structure. Artists found profound mathematical patterns in the quantum transmission. Philosophers developed new frameworks for understanding interspecies communication. As research continued, humanity began to see itself differently. No longer just a single species on a small planet, but a potential participant in a larger cosmic dialogue. The quantum transmission had become a mirror, reflecting humanity's most profound potential for growth and understanding. Dr. Rodriguez summarized the findings during a landmark global conference. "We are being invited," he said, his voice filled with wonder, "to demonstrate our capacity for meaningful cosmic dialogue." The quantum communication continued to pulse. Waiting, watching, evaluating the extraordinary potential of a civilization on the brink of a cosmic awakening. The transformation began subtly, almost imperceptibly. Educational systems worldwide started to change, driven by the profound insights gained from the quantum communication challenge. Traditional classroom structures dissolved, replaced by collaborative learning environments that celebrated diverse thinking and adaptive problem-solving. Dr. Elena Rodriguez led the Global Education Initiative from her research center in Sao Paulo. "We're not just changing how we teach," she explained during an international conference. "We're reimagining what it means to learn." Schools became dynamic ecosystems of collaborative intelligence, where students from different backgrounds, cultures, and cognitive approaches work together to solve complex global challenges. In Tokyo, a revolutionary educational program emerged that combined art, technology, science, and philosophy into a unified learning experience. Students no longer sat in rows, but worked in fluid, adaptive teams that could reconfigure based on the complexity of the challenges they were addressing. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez observed the global shift with a sense of profound wonder. The quantum communication had become a catalyst for a fundamental restructuring of human potential. Global initiatives began to emerge, focusing on collective problem-solving that transcended traditional boundaries of discipline, culture, and nationality. Climate restoration became the first major global collaborative project. Teams from Antarctica to the Amazon worked together, combining indigenous ecological knowledge with advanced technological approaches. Scientists, artists, local community leaders, and technological experts created adaptive solutions that could respond to the complex challenges of environmental transformation. Rafael Santos found himself at the center of this global transformation. His artistic approach to problem-solving became a critical component of interdisciplinary research teams. Museums transformed into dynamic research centers, where creativity and scientific inquiry existed in a continuous dialogue. Sustainable energy development took on a new dimension. Instead of competing national projects, a global network of researchers created adaptive energy systems that could redistribute resources with unprecedented efficiency. Solar farms in the Sahara powered research stations in the Arctic. Wind energy collected in the plains of North America supported agricultural innovations in Southeast Asia. Dr. Arya Chen watched as humanity began to operate more like a collective intelligence than a collection of individual nations. The quantum communication challenge had revealed something profound about human potential, the ability to function as a truly integrated global organism. Medical research underwent a revolutionary transformation. Instead of isolated research centers, a global network of medical professionals, researchers, and community health workers created adaptive health solutions. Predictive medical technologies could now anticipate and prevent health challenges before they emerge, drawing from a global pool of medical knowledge. Unexpected collaborations became the norm. Indigenous knowledge keepers from the Amazon worked alongside quantum physicists in developing new approaches to understanding ecological systems. Neurodivergent researchers provided breakthrough insights into communication technologies that traditional approaches had overlooked. Educational programs began to celebrate cognitive diversity. Schools no longer saw differences in thinking as challenges to be corrected, but as unique perspectives to be valued. Neurodivergent students, artists, scientists, and philosophers found themselves at the forefront of global innovation. The global economic system began to transform. Traditional models of competition gave way to collaborative value creation. Companies became platforms for solving global challenges rather than merely generating profit. Economic success was measured by a civilization's capacity to address complex global problems. Dr. Yuki Tanaka developed new economic models that valued collective intelligence over individual achievement. Resources could be dynamically redistributed based on a community's capacity to solve critical global challenges. The most valuable currency became the ability to collaborate, adapt, and reimagine possibilities. Space exploration took on a new dimension. International space agencies merged their resources, creating a truly global approach to understanding the cosmos. The quantum communication challenge had transformed humanity's perspective from competitive exploration to collaborative discovery. Rafael Santos created a global art project that mapped humanity's collaborative potential. Interactive installations in major cities worldwide allowed people to visualize how diverse perspectives could solve complex challenges. His work became a powerful metaphor for humanity's transformative potential. As the transformation continued, humanity began to see itself differently. No longer a collection of competing nations and individual interests, but a single, adaptive, collaborative intelligence with the potential to address the most complex challenges facing the planet. Dr. Chen looked at the global data streams with a sense of profound hope. The quantum communication had been more than a test. It had been an invitation to reimagine human potential. The transformation continued, evolving, adapting, growing, waiting for the next great challenge of cosmic discovery. The first direct communication arrived on a quiet Tuesday morning that would forever change human history. Dr. Arya Chen stood in the primary communication chamber of the Interstellar Research Institute, her hand slightly trembling as the quantum interface began to stabilize. Unlike previous transmissions, this communication was different. Clear, direct, intentional. Representatives from smaller alien civilizations began reaching out, seeking understanding rather than conquest. These were not the mythical invasive species of early science fiction, but complex beings eager to understand humanity's unique perspective on cosmic existence. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez identified the profound significance of these communications. The quantum network was not a unified empire, but a diverse collective of civilizations that valued unique perspectives. Each species brought something extraordinary to the cosmic dialogue. The first diplomatic mission included an unprecedented team. Dr. Elena Rodriguez represented scientific innovation. Rafael Santos brought artistic interpretation. Dr. Yuki Tanaka provided technological insight. Indigenous knowledge keepers from various global cultures completed the delegation, ensuring a truly holistic representation of human potential. Their first encounter challenged every previous conception of interstellar diplomacy. The alien representatives were more interested in humanity's stories, creative approaches, and collective problem-solving capabilities than traditional metrics of technological advancement. Cultural exchanges began to transform global understanding. Universities developed new programs focused on interspecies communication. Linguistic experts worked alongside quantum physicists to develop communication protocols that could bridge fundamentally different cognitive approaches. Unexpected connections emerge. A research team in Mumbai discovered that musical harmonies could serve as a universal communication method, transcending traditional linguistic barriers. Artists in Rio de Janeiro developed visual communication systems that could convey complex emotional and intellectual concepts across species boundaries. The quantum network revealed itself as a collaborative platform for cosmic knowledge exchange. Each civilization brought unique perspectives, solving challenges through collective intelligence rather than competitive domination. Dr. Chen observed something remarkable happening globally. The encounter with alien civilizations was dissolving traditional human barriers. National boundaries became increasingly fluid. Cultural differences were celebrated as sources of strength rather than division. Technological and scientific knowledge began to flow freely. A research team in Cape Town developed adaptive medical technologies based on insights from 3 different alien civilizations. Environmental restoration projects combined human ecological understanding with advanced planetary management techniques from other species. Rafael Santos created a global art project that visualized the interconnected nature of these new cosmic relationships. His interactive installations allowed people to experience the complex communication patterns of different alien civilizations, transforming abstract concepts into tangible emotional experiences. Educational systems underwent a profound transformation. Students now learned about cosmic diversity as a fundamental aspect of intelligence. Children grew up understanding that intelligence was not limited to human experience, but existed in countless diverse forms across the universe. The diplomatic missions revealed something profound. The quantum network was not interested in humanity's current technological level, but in its potential for growth, adaptation, and collaborative problem-solving. Each civilization was evaluated based on its capacity for empathy, creativity, and collective intelligence. Smaller alien civilizations shared technologies that could help humanity address critical global challenges. Climate restoration techniques from a water-based civilization provided breakthrough solutions for environmental management. Communication technologies from a collective intelligent species transformed human understanding of information exchange. Dr. Yuki Tanaka developed new frameworks for understanding these complex interactions. The diplomatic approach was no longer about competition or domination, but about mutual growth and understanding. Each species brought unique perspectives that could help solve complex cosmic challenges. The quantum network became a platform for collective cosmic problem-solving. Challenges that seemed insurmountable to individual civilizations could now be addressed through collaborative intelligence. Planetary restoration, energy development, medical breakthroughs, all became collective endeavors. Global human society began to see itself differently. No longer a single species on an isolated planet, but a participant in a vast, interconnected cosmic community. The previous divisions of nationality, culture, and individual identity began to transform into a more holistic understanding of collective potential. Dr. Rodriguez summarized the profound transformation during a landmark global conference. "We are not just discovering new civilizations," he explained, "we are learning new ways of understanding intelligence itself." The cosmic dialogue continued, evolving, expanding, reimagining the very nature of collective potential, waiting for the next great discovery of universal understanding. The first truly collaborative Galactic Council convened in a location that defied traditional understanding of space and time. Dr. Arya Chen stood at the center of a holographic chamber that simultaneously existed in multiple locations across the universe, representing humanity's inaugural moment of cosmic diplomacy. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez reflected on the extraordinary journey that had brought humanity to this point. The quantum communication that once seemed like an impossible challenge had transformed into a bridge of understanding, connecting diverse civilizations in ways no one could have previously imagined. The council was not a traditional diplomatic gathering, but a dynamic, living exchange of perspectives. Representatives from dozens of alien civilizations brought unique approaches to understanding intelligence, challenge, and collective growth. Humanity was no longer seen as a young, emerging species, but as a unique perspective in the cosmic dialogue. Rafael Santos had been invited to contribute his artistic interpretation of the gathering. His holographic installations captured the complex interactions between different species, transforming diplomatic exchanges into living, breathing works of art that communicated beyond traditional linguistic barriers. Dr. Elena Rodriguez presented humanity's first comprehensive report on collective intelligence. It wasn't a technical document, but a narrative that celebrated the species' capacity for adaptation, creativity, and empathetic problem-solving. The report highlighted humanity's journey from isolated planetary civilization to cosmic collaborator. The alien representatives were particularly fascinated by human creativity, where other civilizations had developed linear approaches to problem-solving. Humans demonstrated an almost improvisational approach to understanding complex challenges. Art, music, emotional intelligence. These were not seen as secondary skills, but as critical components of adaptive intelligence. Dr. Yuki Tanaka presented breakthrough technologies that had emerged from humanity's collaborative approach. Adaptive medical systems that could respond to complex biological challenges, environmental restoration technologies that learned and evolved, communication protocols that could bridge fundamentally different cognitive approaches. The Galactic Council was not about establishing hierarchies, but creating a platform for mutual growth. Each civilization brought unique perspectives that could help address complex cosmic challenges. Humanity's contribution was its capacity for unpredictable innovation and emotional depth. Indigenous knowledge keepers from Earth shared approaches to ecological understanding that fascinated the alien representatives. Their holistic perspective on interconnectedness provided insights that transcended traditional technological approaches to planetary management. The Council addressed critical cosmic challenges, planetary restoration projects that combine technologies from multiple civilizations, communication systems that could bridge fundamentally different forms of intelligence, approaches to understanding the complex nature of consciousness itself. Dr. Chen recognized the profound transformation that had occurred. Humanity was no longer an isolated species, but a critical perspective in a vast, interconnected cosmic community. The quantum communication that had once seemed like a test was now understood as an invitation to a larger dialogue. Educational systems across human civilization had been transformed. Children now grew up understanding intelligence as a complex, multifaceted concept that extended far beyond traditional human understanding. Cognitive diversity was celebrated as a fundamental strength. The diplomatic mission revealed something profound about human potential. The capacity for empathy, creativity, and collaborative problem-solving was not a limitation, but a unique approach to understanding the universe. Humanity's emotional intelligence became a critical component of cosmic communication. Technological development took on a new dimension. Instead of competitive advancement, innovation became a collaborative process of mutual growth. Technologies were developed not for individual or national advantage, but for collective cosmic understanding. Rafael Santos created a final art installation that captured the essence of humanity's cosmic journey. Interactive exhibits allowed people to experience the complex interactions between different civilizations, transforming abstract diplomatic exchanges into emotional, tangible experiences. The Galactic Council became a platform for addressing the most complex challenges facing the universe: planetary restoration, communication barriers, understanding the nature of consciousness. All became collective endeavors that transcended individual civilizations. Dr. Rodriguez summarized the profound transformation during the Council's closing session. "We are not just discovering new civilizations," he explained, "we are learning new ways of understanding intelligence itself." The cosmic dialogue continued, evolving, expanding, reimagining the very nature of collective potential, waiting for the next great discovery of universal understanding. A new chapter in cosmic exploration had begun.